A car dumped trash on him because he's black. What happened next left everyone in tears. He was just sweeping his sidewalk when it happened. An expensive car slowed down and dumped a pile of trash right at his feet. Then someone yelled a slur, laughed, and sped off. Why? Because he was black. But what that man did next didn't just shock his street, it shook an entire city. This isn't just a story about racism. It's about dignity, courage, and a little boy who refused to stay silent. You won't believe how it ends. Please support us by 1. Subscribe, like, and share for more with activating the notification bell. Thank you. It was a crisp Saturday morning. On Maple Street, a peaceful, middle-class neighborhood where everyone seemed to mind their business. The lawns were neatly trimmed, sprinklers danced in unison, and golden leaves littered the sidewalks as fall settled in. But what happened that day shattered the illusion of quiet harmony. Isaiah Brooks, a 45-year-old black man and former army mechanic, had just finished sweeping the sidewalk in front of his small home. He was known for his quiet demeanor and his kind, watchful eyes. Despite being soft-spoken, he had a commanding presence. Years in the military had etched discipline into every movement he made. As he stood leaning briefly on his broom, a sleek silver SUV slowed down beside him. The windows were tinted so dark he couldn't see who was inside. He nodded politely, assuming the driver was looking for directions. But what happened next stunned him. The rear window rolled down just enough for someone to toss out 2 large, fast food bags, drinks, and even a half-eaten burger right at Isaiah's feet. French fries scattered across his boots. Then a voice sneered, loud enough to pierce the crisp air. "Clean that up, boy. Streets are dirty 'cause of people like you." And just like that, the SUV sped off. A few neighbors had witnessed it from their porches, but no one moved. No one said a word. Some even ducked back inside their homes as if nothing had happened. Isaiah didn't say anything either. He stared at the trash, then at the street, heart pounding but face calm. He bent down, picked up the mess, and dropped it in his garbage bin. Then he walked inside his house without looking back. Across the street, 11-year-old Ethan Walker had seen everything. He'd been flying his red kite in the front yard when the SUV struck. His small hands had trembled as he gripped the string tighter, watching Isaiah quietly clean up someone else's cruelty. Ethan lived with his single mother, Claire, a nurse who worked the night shift. They'd moved into the neighborhood 6 months ago. Claire often told him to be mindful, polite, and, above all, fair. That day, Ethan felt like he had witnessed something incredibly unfair. Later that evening, Ethan walked across the street with his red kite folded under his arm. He knocked on Isaiah's door. Isaiah answered, still wearing his work boots, his face showing surprise. "Hi, Mr. Brooks," Ethan said softly. "I saw what happened today. That was really wrong." Isaiah blinked. Then he smiled gently. "Thank you, son." Ethan hesitated. "Can I help you rake leaves sometime, or, I don't know, just hang out?" Isaiah chuckled. "Sure, you fly a good kite. Bet you rake leaves just as well." That moment was the beginning of an unexpected friendship. Over the next few weeks, Ethan started visiting Isaiah every Saturday. They raked leaves, repaired a broken lawnmower together, and even painted an old birdhouse. Isaiah taught Ethan how to change a tire, how to plant tomatoes, and even how to use tools with care and confidence. Word of their friendship slowly spread through the neighborhood. Some raised eyebrows, others rolled their eyes. But one person took it very, very personally. 2 weeks after Ethan started helping Isaiah, an anonymous letter appeared in Isaiah's mailbox. It came in an unmarked white envelope typed with no return address. "This is a family neighborhood. You are making people uncomfortable. Maybe it's time you moved somewhere more familiar. Isaiah held the letter in his weathered hands, reading it over 3 times. He didn't show it to Ethan, but something shifted in him after that. That night, he installed a small security camera above his porch. He didn't tell anyone, and it didn't take long for the camera to catch something. 3 days later, at exactly 2:12 a.m., a shadowy figure crept up his driveway and dumped another bag of garbage in front of his door. Then, they sprinted away. Isaiah reviewed the footage and paused. The face wasn't clear, but the SUV in the background was unmistakable. It was the same silver SUV. He took the footage to the local precinct, but the officer on duty shrugged. "Unless they damaged your property or physically harmed you, sir. This is a civil matter. Nothing we can do." Isaiah left the police station with a quiet determination in his eyes. He was tired of being silent. Ethan had an idea. What if we invite everyone over? Like everyone in the neighborhood. We can do a cookout. You cook that awesome BBQ chicken you made last week. Mom can make potato salad. Isaiah chuckled. "You trying to get me to feed half of Maple Street?" But the boy's energy was contagious. Claire, hearing about it, volunteered her backyard and said she'd handle flyers. "I think it's a great idea," she said. "People need to see you, not just pass by you." The plan was simple: free food, music, and open arms. The turnout was better than expected. Nearly 30 families showed up. Isaiah cooked ribs and grilled corn. Claire set out tables with drinks and desserts. Ethan even built a small stand offering hand-drawn thank you cards for anyone who had ever helped a neighbor. Isaiah gave a short speech thanking everyone for coming. He didn't mention the trash incident. He didn't mention the letters or the SUV. Instead, he said this: "We all share the same sidewalk, same street, same sky. Let's not forget that." His words hung in the air. Then a surprising thing happened. Mrs. Kendricks, a white woman in her 60s who had lived on Maple Street for over 2 decades, walked up to the microphone. "I was wrong," she said, looking directly at Isaiah. "I saw what happened that day, and I stayed silent. That silence makes me just as guilty." She turned and hugged Isaiah. Others followed, slowly but sincerely. A few apologized. Some simply said thank you, but one person didn't come. The owner of the silver SUV. The cookout footage went viral. Claire had posted a short video on her social media. Isaiah cooking, Ethan helping, neighbors laughing and mingling. But it was Mrs. Kendrick's speech that caught attention. Within days, local news picked it up. Then national outlets. Interviews followed. Isaiah was asked to speak at a community town hall about neighborhood unity and racial healing. His message was always the same: "I didn't fight for this country to come home and be treated like I don't belong. But I also won't respond to hate with more hate. I'll respond with presence, with pace, with purpose." A week later, the silver SUV was identified. The driver? Jason Heller, the 29-year-old son of the HOA president. When confronted with the evidence, including Isaiah's footage and witness testimonies, Jason tried to deny it, until public pressure forced him to admit it. He was fined for harassment, and the HOA was forced to issue a public apology for fostering an environment of exclusion. Jason eventually stepped down from the HOA board entirely. The new president? Claire Walker. Under her leadership, the neighborhood implemented a new community inclusion program, inviting speakers, holding cultural potlucks, and encouraging diversity training. As for Isaiah, he became a neighborhood mentor. Kids came to him for advice, for help fixing their bikes or building tree houses. Parents asked him to teach their teens how to change tires or build a resume. And Ethan, he gave a speech at his school titled, "I learned what courage looks like across the street." Sometimes trash is thrown to diminish, but when you rise above it, clean it with grace, and choose connection over revenge, you leave a mark that even hate can't erase. Isaiah Brooks didn't fight back with fists. He fought back by standing tall, and what happened next left everyone in tears.